In today's video, I'm sharing my easy step-by-step process for doodling people. With a few tips and tricks that I'll be sharing, it's easier than you think and a whole lot of fun. So let's get started. Welcome back, friends. My name is Anita. So lately I've been having a lot of fun doodling people in different poses, different clothes, and today I'm sharing my real simple process and how I go about it. Before we begin, these are the rough proportions that I follow when drawing my people. So starting with a round or an oval head, and then I draw the body, which is about 2.5 times the length of the head that we just drew, and then we draw the legs, which are about the same length as the body, and then we draw little triangles for the shoes. The arms come all the way down and sit just below the waist, and you can draw just little ovals or like mittens for the hands. As for the proportions for the face, we start with our oval, and if we were to draw a line halfway in the middle across the face, that's where the eyes will sit. And if you draw another line halfway between the eyes and the chin, that's where the nose goes. And another line halfway between the nose and the chin, that's where your mouth will be. I've got a whole tutorial dedicated just to drawing faces in case you want to check it out. So I'll be using a fine liner pen for our doodles today. It's an Artline nib size 0.6. And I like to use a pencil to do an initial sketch before I go in with the pen. I'd like to give our page a nice little title before we start drawing. Let's call it Lovely People. Right, let's start with drawing a person standing and facing us. Now, I begin every drawing with the same stick figure I drew when explaining the proportions. Head, body, legs, mark the features on the face. Then I'm gonna give our person some nice big hair, and then I start adding some clothes and some flesh around our stick figure to make it look like a real person. For this lady of ours, I'm gonna draw the hands like she's holding onto our handbag in front of her body. Now let's go over in pen so you can see better. Now it's a lot of fun experimenting with different kinds of hair, clothes, different poses, and changing each of these means that you'll end up with a different looking person each time, and it's a lot of fun. Also, you can play around with adding different kinds of accessories, just like we added our handbag here, or the purse that she's holding on to kind of gives perspective to the drawing. We'll finish off with coloring in her shoes and the hair, and maybe adding some patterns to her dress just to make it look more interesting. Okay, so that's our first person done. Now let's try and draw another person who's facing towards our left. So we're trying to draw a side profile here. Because we're looking at the person from a side, you'll only be able to see maybe one of the arms, and the other arm could be hidden behind the body. And the face too, we're looking at the side face, so just drawing one of the eyes, the nose and the mouth, and now we can start thickening up some of the lines. It's also fun to add in some interesting elements to give some perspective to the situation, like perhaps add in a dog here. So our lady here looks like she's walking her dog. Okay, now I can go over in pen now, and one of my favorite ways to draw the hair is to draw a bun. And you'll see me doing lots of these when I'm drawing people. So we're giving our lady a nice long dress and a thick collar, and then we'll draw in the arms and make it look like she's holding on to the dog's leash. Looks like a sausage dog to me. What do you think? Alright, that's looking good. We'll finish off by drawing the lady's legs and give her some nice shoes, maybe some high heel. Always fun to add some patterns to the clothing. And you can also add some accessories, like give her some earrings perhaps. I'll rub off my pencil marks And time to move on to our next person. And over here we're attempting to draw a person who's sitting on a chair. Perhaps she's holding a cup of coffee. By bending the stick figure in different parts like the knees or the elbows, you can show different postures or different movement. Like in this case, because our lady is sitting, we have the knees bent. I think it'll all look clearer when I go over in pen. The arms are bent at the elbows, holding onto a cup of coffee that's probably resting on her knees. I had to add a tiny little heart to our mug to make it look pretty, and some steam coming out of the mug. That's our other arm. I'm not sure I did a very good job there, but I think it'll do. It gives the message. And then we'll finish off by drawing her legs. Unlike our other two people above, this person is wearing some flat shoes, so just drawing tiny little triangles to represent shoes. And then we can go in and draw our chair that she's sitting on. Also, a few tiny details can really add to the look, like adding some eyelashes, some lines in her hair. You could even add some hair accessories if you like. Alright, moving on to our final piece for this video, I thought I'd challenge myself and attempt to draw a couple hugging each other. So on the left here will be our man, and to our right will be our lady, and we'll cross their arms in such a way so that it looks like they're hugging each other. Let's go over in pen so we can see more clearly. The face of our man is as if we are looking at him from a side, and that's the hair, and we can give our man some beard, leaving a tiny bit of gap for the mouth. Then we draw in the body, and we're gonna leave a bit of space to draw in the arms later on. We're gonna come to that last. When drawing our lady, we're drawing her face slightly tilted to one side. Gonna give her a nice little bun and color that in. We'll finish drawing her body and the legs before we attempt to draw her arms. Right, give her some nice little heels. And now we are going to cross the arms, so drawing the man's arms first, and then drawing the lady's arms as if it's under the man's arms. Oh, that looks beautiful. And we'll just finish off by adding some accessories and some fun patterns to the ladies' dresses. I had a lot of fun drawing these people for you guys. I hope you give them a try and experiment with different postures, different clothes, and let me know how you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to check out my other videos on drawing people, and I'll see you next time.